Ms. Tubb or anyone else, I always think that the danger here is the degree to which, because we don't have the mainstream media and we don't have the horrible education system, that our young people do not understand what a clean source of energy we have in the United States and how much cleaner we are than places like China and India. Do you have any suggestions as to how, beyond like this sort of forum, how we can get the word out to the average person? I've always thought it'd be great if we could take out TV ads paid for by some of America's energy companies and explain how much cleaner American energy is than what's going on in India and China. Does anybody have any suggestions how we can get the next generation all on board with American energy?
I would say, if I could start, Congressman, thank you for that question. I mean, we as an industry start with education to the extent that we can reach students very early on. I know we personally fund a program at the middle school level in the Permian Basin, where you would think, these children in schools are learning all about the energy that comes from underneath their feet, and they learn that it's not clean. So we do what we can on that. But I think, to the extent that we can talk about how critical it is to modern life, that is on us. That's on the industry.
Do you think something can be done with social media?
I do,
or broadcast media?
I think that we haven't been successful with attempts through some of our peer groups like API and others. I think there's been a lot of money spent on that hasn't landed well. I don't think there's going to be penetration on that message until there's a realization that this energy is clean, and that the rubber meets the road. And some of these,
I'll tell you what I'd like to have you do. This is my suggestion. You can tell me whether you do it or not.
Okay.
I'd like you to find a small media market, a city of 80,000 people or something like that. We got a bunch of Wisconsin, and do a campaign, like a political campaign, but an ad. First of all, you see, what do young people think? Answer questions about energy. Do we have a pollution problem in the country? Is it worse today than 50 years ago? That sort of thing. And see where people stand. And then do a combined social media and TV buy in a moderate-sized city, Rockfield, Illinois, Lincoln, Nebraska, or something. And do a media campaign for a couple months, and then see if you've changed the way people feel about homemade energy. And I think you'd be surprised what a great job you could do on a relatively small buy. And once you were successful in a small media market, it would be easier to find money for larger media markets. Because I think our danger is always the young people. We aren't getting the young people because, of course, we're fighting the popular culture, and we're fighting the comedians, and we're fighting the horrible educators of this country. But I just wish it would be great if America's energy companies would address the true facts and persuade young people how much better off the globe would be if America increases its import or its production, compared to allowing China and India to increase theirs. Is that something the industry you think would ever be interested in doing?
Yes, sir. I think they are. And I think a lot of them have done it through API, but I think now they are reaching out maybe to try and do their own community outreach. That's certainly a part of all their ESG requirements that they're all facing, that will certainly become more relevant for the publicly traded companies, what they're doing in stakeholder relations and community outreach. That's all part of that. And they will start investing in that more.
Okay, I would love to see it. I haven't seen it done yet. I don't know why America business is so quiet, or they take out these ridiculous ads that make it sound like we got a huge pollution problem, which really drives me up the wall. But I think if we got the public on our side, we wouldn't have a problem here, but they're just not on our side. But okay, well, thank you very much, and good luck on putting together some sort of media buy.